Right, ready?
Yep.
Welcome back to Season 2 of the Rewind Classic Movies podcast about 80s and 90s movies we probably saw as kids, even if we didn't fully understand the adult themes. I'm GB, and with me, as ever, is my co-host, AJ.
As ever, I am here, and we're back for Season 2, because apparently we're doing seasons now. Anyway, this week we're going to look at a heartwarming family viewing Christmas movie. It's got a wonderful cast and a truly beautiful storyline. It's got Christmas music, festive cheer, a poignant message. What?
Are we doing the same movie?
Well, Alan Rickman falls off a skyscraper. Yes, it's fucking Die Hard, boys and girls.
Oh, that was a relief. I thought for a minute we might be in trouble. As a quick one, what have you been up to since we've been away?
I've been on an awful lot of planes. I've been to Germany. I've been to pretty much every Greek island. I've been to Belize. I've been to the Caribbean. I've been some places I'm not actually allowed to disclose. And I went to see Running Man the other night at the cinema. I never go to the cinema. It was shit. Oh, no, it wasn't shit. It was fucking atrocious. But we'll save it for the fast forward. Which is a giveaway that we're going to be doing the original Running Man. But there you go. Yeah, the new one. Awful. Just awful.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about you?
Well, I binge watched loads of Roger Moore movies, and after we did GoldenEye, which is out of sequence for how we were recording this, I tried to watch Tomorrow Never Dies, and I couldn't get through it. I thought it was absolutely fucking awful.
Ask the Admiral where he'd like his bombs delivered, being the only line I can seem to remember from that film.
Yeah, never mind. But we did discuss all the Brosnan and the Craig movies in the fast forward that comes after GoldenEye, didn't we?
We did indeed. So have a
after a very long night out.
Leisure. Yes, God Almighty, we had a massive hangover, but you wouldn't know it.
But we were in person, which was a nice change.
It was. It's very rare that we get in the same room together, considering and it's quite often because the amount of times you're in the same country as me, I'm probably in the country that you usually live in. It's really funny that way.
Yeah. We've also just put out our first newsletter on Patreon, so we'd love to see you over there if you want that update. There's update about everything that we're doing in Season 2 a little bit differently, as well as our bit of a longer plan. You can join us on Patreon from just $5 a month. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Be good to see people over there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're not a Patreon, because if you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, I suppose, you can also pay money and get extra.
Lots of extra stuff. Monthly live hangouts.
That's the one. That's what I'm looking for, is you to now sell it, because I don't actually know what to give them.
We did a good fun live hangout at the hotel recording GoldenEye with the Patreons, as we played the Bond Scenic game. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yes. And as Elliot Carver says in The Day After Tomorrow, not The Day After Tomorrow, Tomorrow Never Dies, give the people what they want.
I don't know if we do that. But we give them something.
Well, we can disappoint them. That's guaranteed.
Yes. Overpromise and underdeliver.
Tell me about the box office /legacy /reception of Die Hard.
Well, directed by John McTiernan, who'd just come off Predator, what a movie that is, and would go on to do The Hunt for Red October, Last Action Hero, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Thomas Crown Affair, and some others, before being imprisoned for illegally wiretapping his producer.
No way.
It's not funny. We shouldn't laugh about it. Predator, Harvey Weinstein.
Sorry.
Anyway, released in 1988, Die Hard cost just $28 million, but it got mixed reviews. And I think Roger Ebert gave it about 2 stars, but he's not really a massive fan of any of the McTiernan films. And there was even, believe it or not, criticism about the violence, the plot, and even Bruce Willis's performance, which is a bit weird now.
That is.
We'll get onto it, won't we? Brilliant.
We will.
Spoilers. Die Hard was one of several 1988 films labelled, open quotes, morally objectionable, end quotes, by the Roman Catholic Church. Along with, do you want to have a guess?
Well, I'm pretty sure that anything is morally objectionable by the Roman Catholic Church.
Don't enjoy things.
1988. Fish Called Wanda?
Oh, yes, correct.
Doesn't surprise me. It's about the only film I can think of in 1988, to be honest.
Well, you've also got The Last Temptation of Christ, which I can understand from the church's point of view, and Bull Durham. I don't know about Bull Durham. I can't remember it.
I think if it's not sex for procreation or inside of wedlock, then they're not up for it, to be honest. So, or gratuitous violence, I think. I don't know.
Couldn't be a Catholic.
Have a chat to the Pope, see what he says. He's an American these days. He might be into films. Hey, we'll get him on the show, Pope.
Yes, I'll put a word in with his agent.
Yes.
Die Hard would go on to turn the $28 million that it cost into $140 and was nominated at the Academy Awards for Best Sound, Best Visual Effects, Best Editing, and Michael Kamen, RIP, won a BMI TV Film Music Award for his score. Now, retrospectively thought of as one of the greatest action movies of all time. AJ, tell me about your history with this movie.
I don't know the first time I saw this film. It was bloody ages ago, and it sort of blurs into the mist of time. Obviously, I've seen it countless times since, notably at Christmas time. It's still bloody brilliant every time I see it. I watched it again this morning, purely objectively to write some notes for this and bits and pieces. It's loads of fun either way you view it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Alan Rickman, as always, is fucking superb and really sets the bar for how a villain should be, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you? What's your history with it?
Well, apologies if you can hear that rustling. That's just my my Christmas tie. So for anyone listening to the audio of this, you've come as John Mclane in your vest, and I've come as I was going to come as Hans Gruber, but I don't think I nailed the outfit. So I'm a sort of a Hans Gruber / Ellis, the Coke fan.
Are you not the guy that comes down the lift with the tinsel and the?
I don't know. I've taken the tinsel off since you last saw me.
Fair enough. To be fair, we can't actually see each other. We can only hear each other.
For this one, yeah, we'll see how we go. But I'm sort of a bit. I didn't have a tie in my old suit, so I crafted one out of Christmas wrapping paper, and I've attached it to myself with a lav mic clip.
Oh, very good.
So yes, there we go. Anyway, Die Hard, massive film for me. I mean, it was pretty much a pop culture icon by the time I started watching it, I suppose. I remember it being a big plot point in Friends, and they were talking about what a massive movie it was, and then Bruce Willis appeared on the show.
Of course, he came on Friends, didn't he?
Yeah, because he was he dating Jennifer Aniston? Have I made that up?
I don't know which one.
It might have been just in the show, I think.
No, I think he was dating one of them, because I know they had Brad Pitt as well on, and
that's it. Jennifer Aniston was dating Brad Pitt, and she got Bruce Willis on. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
No, Bruce Willis was dating someone, and Ross was dating his daughter.
I don't know.
That's
the
like
rewind
that. I don't know. Yeah,
sitcoms.
someone will know exactly what we're talking about, and I haven't got a clue.
But it's definitely one of those movies that grows on you, and that you sort of appreciate the more you get older. And I think Hans Gruber, especially, is just, when you're a kid, he's just that bad guy. But now, through our older eyes, I mean, just wow. But we'll come on to the Gruber of it all. Let's talk about the start of the movie. We open with a plane landing and a nervous passenger gripping their seat, who turns out to be our hero, Bruce Willis. And this movie, remember, this is 1988. This is the era of the muscly action hero. We kick off with like this vulnerable guy who doesn't like flying, and he's got a teddy bear. I know. I can totally relate to him gripping those seat handles when he's landing. Yeah, you're not a big flyer. You go fly a lot, but
no, I fly all the time for my job, but I dislike it. Absolutely. Totally dislike it. All right, I don't grip the seat handles like that, but I don't like it.
I just found watching it this time especially, you sort of immediately go bang, they're almost hitting you over the head with a sledgehammer of like, this is not your hero. This is not your cliched hero. This guy's got vulnerabilities. It really struck me. He comes across a bit washed up. Yeah. I think that's the intention, isn't it? Yeah. A bit more relatable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we find out that he's come from New York and now in LA. It is LA, isn't it? You don't know.
It's not San Francisco. No, he says Los Angeles, doesn't he?
Does he?
Because he's disgruntled a couple of times, like Los Angeles. Or is it California, he says?
I can't remember, but I feel like a lot of 80s movies were set in LA, and I don't know if I've just assumed that. But anyway, he's over there.
Yeah, go on.
He's meeting up with his wife and kids for Christmas. We get a nice, warm, human opening with quickly established characters, from John Mclane to his wife Holly and her maiden name, to Argyle the driver, Ellis the coke lover, and the lovely Mr. Takagi, before it all kicks off when Alan Rickman and co crash the party with motives that aren't quite as they seem. But
I know.
Here's what I want to know, AJ. My biggest question from this movie is, was Ellis banging Mclane's wife?
No.
Do you think not?
No, he wanted to, right? But I think she might have been persuaded, maybe, but they definitely weren't banging. No.
I got the impression, I'd always assumed before this that he was just a creep, and there was nothing going on. But it struck me this time, I just got different vibes that maybe it wasn't the most unusual thing that he'd said to her or they'd done. And she said no, mostly because she had to go home to her family at Christmas and do all like those practical things. But, you know, I sort of this time thought, actually, you two have been shagging. He's in there on her desk doing the coke, like he's very comfortable in there.
True. I just thought that was a sort of empty room that he had access to. I don't know. I don't think so. I'd like to think that maybe she was going to but I think she still deep down had feelings for John and knew he was coming. I don't think they were banging just yet, but he definitely obviously wanted to.
I think if he hadn't been shot through the face, I reckon there was going to be some drama coming when it all came out that while John was away saving New York, she was shacking up with Ellis, the coke addict. Interesting
take. Okay.
But there we are. But yeah, this is a Christmas movie. There's no doubt about it. When he's being driven to Nakatomi Plaza from the airport, he asks for Christmas music, and Argyle plays Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. Classic Christmas tune.
So good.
There's Christmas music everywhere. There's Christmas everywhere. It's a Christmas movie. Apparently this is up for debate. How is this even a debate?
Right, okay, I was going to get onto this later. However,
we can if you want.
No. I got some notes, right? I got some notes. Just give me 2 seconds. Right, okay, there's been much debate over whether Die Hard is a Christmas film. I mean, everyone I know says this is a Christmas film. Everyone you know says this is a Christmas film. However, in 2017, there was a YouGov poll of more than five. YouGov is a polling site in the UK. For those of you that aren't in the UK, big up the Japanese massive.
But normally reserved for like political things or socio-economic things, right?
I mean, it's just any poll, any old polling. I think anyone can set it up as well. But anyway, they polled more than 5,000 British citizens and determined that only 31% believe that Die Hard is a Christmas film, which I can't believe.
Do you think that's those just people on the surface? You know, your average person in the street that can't really remember it, going, well, no, it's an action film.
Here's the interesting thing, right? Those who did believe it skewed under the age of 24, while those who were opposed and didn't think it was a Christmas film were mainly over 50.
No way.
Which sounds a little bit like Brexit. So there's a link for you.
Politics in episode 1. Can't believe it.
I know. Moving on.
Yeah, but let's talk about how this movie came to be. And fucking hell, this is complicated and there's a lot to unpack, and I'm sure I'm going to miss something.
I'm so glad that you're unpacking it as well, because I had a look at it and thought, do you know what? You can talk about this.
Yeah, great. So it's based on the 1979 novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe, which was sort of inspired by The Towering Inferno. And that was meant to be a sequel to the Frank Sinatra film The Detective from 1968, but by the time they came around to it, he was 70 and turned it down. Although I'm not sure if he turned it down or they suddenly didn't want him because he was old and it wasn't a success.
They were contractually obliged to offer it to him,
That's
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So then Jeb Stewart was hired to adapt the book, and the pitch for the movie was, quote, Rambo in an office building, which, close, I'd say, close.
I mean, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I love that kind of short pitch. You go, yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, totally.
There are quite a few changes from the book, which I'll talk about later if we get time. But they brought in screenwriter Stephen Ida Souza to rewrite Stewart's script, and he approached it from the point of view that Gruber was the protagonist, and I love that kind of approach. So that's why I think we see some real different character moments for Hans Gruber, and he's a bit lighter and a bit more jolly in places. But the script wasn't finished when they started filming, not by a long way. I don't even think it was half, they had half the amount of pages that they needed.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis was still working on a TV show, so he would do that by day and then the movie at night or weekends. And director John McTiernan was only up for doing it if he could have like little moments of joy and it'd be a bit lighter, because the book was quite dark. And he insisted that the plot be changed from 3 days to all happening in a single night, which I think makes sense. Now, one thing you told me on text this morning was that it's not called Die Hard in other countries. I mean, you didn't clearly tell me this. You just sort of lurched into mentioning Germany and Greece and some foreign words, and it all got a bit very confusing.
You thought I was in Germany, which I mean, it's fair enough, because I'm quite often in many different countries, as are you. So it might be the case.
I said, are you still dying hard? I think.
Yeah.
Which sounds a bit wrong now in hindsight. And you said, I'm dying slowly in Germany.
Yes.
Or you said dying slowly in Germany, followed by you can't die quickly in Greece. So I thought,
That's
fuck
right.
it, he's just left Greece and gone to Germany, given they are the countries you are most associated with.
Yes.
And then it just got very confusing. I think you called me an idiot.
I did.
Yes.
I called you a twat, I think.
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Anyway, every film has got its own foreign title, and they translate it for everyone. But I noticed here that the film in Germany is called Stirb langsam, which means to die slowly, which I think is just brilliant.
That's a bad translation, surely.
It's just not great, is it? But the Greek is quite a mouthful. It's Polyskyros Yanapethane. Now,
isn't gyros a food?
Yeah, exactly. And it means like it's quite hard. It's basically it's quite hard to die, or it's quite tough to die, or like dying toughly.
Dying's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just very funny, the different languages. So yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad we communicated that effectively. Got
that cleared up now.
Right, the casts and all that stuff. We could or should start with Bruce Willis, but I'm afraid I just need to get straight to Alan Rickman.
Oh yes, I'm so
Hans
glad you're
Gruber.
doing this. Oh mate, what a guy! What a guy!
Brilliant. This and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves makes him one of the greatest actors of all time. One of my favourites.
Yes, and the thing is, there's so many similarities between this and him in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's almost the same sort of villain. Totally.
Yeah. I love that his first line that he speaks in the movie, I think, is "Ladies and gentlemen."
It looks like he's about to open some sort of like sermon or something in church. It looks
holding
like he's got
the
a
book,
Bible,
right?
Yeah,
and he looks like a priest, and he actually says, "And you will all be witnesses." I don't know what the accent was. I might as well do bloody long road to freedom, but I won't.
Steady. No wine, please.
Yes, he's not a classic villain. You know, he's singing in the lift, and he's got these mannerisms, and he's sort of so down to earth.
He's whistling like "Ode to Joy" at some point in the lift, isn't he?
And it's easy to think fondly of old Hans and how He's
I mean,
quite amusing and he's smart and he's got these suits, but he's a stone cold killer. He kills Takagi. He orders his men to shoot multiple rockets at the tank to make sure they kill the policeman. He shoots Ellis in the face. Yes. I mean, he's proper bad guy.
The dastardly villain and the educated villain, I think, has become more of the thing based on his character.
Well, that's one of the things I miss from some of the old Bond movies. You know, you look at like the Goldfingers, for example. You know, Bond and the villain often used to meet up and have a chat.
They complement each other. They are the yin and yang. And
I suppose we got it in Casino Royale a bit with the flirty homoerotic vibes.
It's the kind of villain that's obviously a bad guy, but you...
Did I say Casino Royale then?
You did say Casino Royale. I think you're meaning GoldenEye.
No, I meant Skyfall.
Oh, Skyfall. Oh, yes. God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that scene. Mummy has been really bad. Oh, God. I mean, the tension is just brilliant. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that film. No. We're here to talk about... Anyway, he's the kind of villain that's like he's a bad guy, but secretly you kind of root for him, or maybe you don't root for him, but you just love you just love his character. It's just great. It's
and I love the way,
so well done.
You know, he's got depth, and he's as relatable as John Mclane in a way, and the way he gets riled up by John Mclane is great, especially when Holly says only John can drive somebody that crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I watched the movie and I missed that line, and I wanted to make a note of it, so I was trying to find out exactly what she says. And so I did what everyone does, and I asked ChatGPT. And ChatGPT sort of went, yeah, I know the answer, but due to legal reasons and lawyers in Hollywood, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but let me paraphrase it for you. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure you can. Like, you can tell me lots of things, and it's not copyright for you to tell me the line. So I had an argument with ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT riled me up and drive me that crazy. Anyway... I got it eventually, just rewound it.
Hilarious. I had no idea that ChatGPT now says, I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
I can't do that, Dave.
I also think it's not true. But anyway, I love that the bad guys in this aren't all just muscle heads like in 80s movies. They're kind of nerds, you know, the sort of hacker guys and stuff, you know.
I mean, you've got the two blonde dudes who we'll get onto in a bit, I suppose. And then everyone else is, I don't know, they're just dudes with guns. And then you've got the hacker guy and what have you. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to talk about the bad guys? Because the only people I was going to mention was Al Leong, the guy who's in all our favourite 80s movies.
Yeah. There's a scene where he puts his hand under the counter, he sort of looks out the counter and goes, I'm going to have some of those sweets. It's just great. I
was going to mention that because that was improv by Al Leong in the shoot, you know. He just did it. He thought his character would do it. And it struck me when I watched it that it sort of cuts a bit too soon on that scene. Do you notice? Like he puts his hand under and it's out, and I wonder whether he improved it and they thought, right, okay, we're done now, cut, you know, and that's literally like as much frames as they had.
Yeah.
And the other one I was going to mention is just Wilhelm von Homburg, who we may know as last seen as Vigo in Ghostbusters 2.
Vigi. Yeah, who's a bad man.
He's barely seen in this, really.
I don't know. I mean, wait.
You're not getting him confused with Carl, are you? Because I did that, I think, in the previous Fast Forward of something. In Ghostbusters Fast Forward, I think.
No.
He's the big meathead guy. I don't think he even says it a line, does he?
Oh, wait. No, he's the guy with the long blonde hair.
No, I'm afraid that's not correct. That's Alexander Godunov, as I understand it, who was born
in Russia. Yeah. I thought the brother. Yeah, so the two brothers. I thought the guy with the long flowing hair was Wilhelm von Homburg.
No, that's the mistake I made originally in the Fast Forward.
No, but
there's another guy in brown leather jacket, I believe.
Are you?
Yeah, Carl is Alexander Godunov,
and Carl is the guy. Carl is the
who's
guy
furious.
No, but the other guy, right? Who the guy with the ho ho ho, shirt on, right?
His brother.
When you see him move, he moves like a fucking ballet dancer. Like his movements, he flows like a dancer.
Yeah.
Are you very? I mean, should we just like quickly
I'm Googling
Google
it, right?
this?
I've got Carl in Die Hard. Is the guy with the long hair. Who
looks like the drummer from Iron Maiden, Nico McBrain.
Yeah, that's it. Who gets chained up by Mclane in the end. That is Alexander Godunov.
Right. Fucking hell. I really thought that was... Okay, cool. Then I've got it completely wrong. Sorry.
No,
I mean, Alexander Godunov, who is... So he's... right, so he's the Russian ballet dancer who defected from the Soviet Union in the 70s. Okay.
Yeah, he was a member of the Bolshoi Ballet.
Yeah, and then
he was the premier danseur.
Hell of a dancer, right? That's interesting. So I've been looking at this all wrong. Right,
shocker.
And then you've got Wilhelm von Homburg, who is Vigo in Ghostbusters 2.
Correct.
And he doesn't have any. Right, okay. I thought that was like. Role. Okay, I thought that was one of the brothers. Okay, fine.
No. Someone will probably tell us we're both wrong.
Who's the brother? Are you absolutely sure about this? I'm so sorry, mate. I'm not sold on this. Right, hold on 2 seconds. Right, I've got to.
Right,
Die Hard. Right.
So, Tony Vresky is the brother.
Andreas Winensky.
That's him. He plays Tony.
As Tony, and he's apparently a monk. Now, God, I've got that totally wrong. How about that?
Any other bad guys you want to talk about?
No.
I think let's draw a line there, shall we?
I think should we move on, because I've made a howling, well, not a howling mistake. I just assumed there it is.
Should we talk about Bruce Willis?
Let's do that, shall we?
The lead actor.
We'll edit all this out.
Watching this now, it's actually quite mind blowing how good he is in this.
Considering he's straight off TV, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a role that I think he absolutely defines now. Like, you don't hear about anyone remaking Die Hard, probably because of how impossible it would be to recast this character. I mean, they tried with Lethal Weapon, I suppose. But it's an iconic role. Like, even the vest itself is iconic.
So different, Lethal Weapon. I mean, that's a buddy cop film.
Yeah. But like, Willis wasn't an obvious choice at the time. I mean, it was quite controversial, a bit like Michael Keaton being cast in Batman, he was known, Willis was known as a funny guy in a rom-com TV series, which was called Moonlighting. And he turned this role down a few times until they paid him $5 million.
He turned it down a few times. I didn't realise that.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
I think part of it was due to scheduling trouble. Like, we know he had to work on it in the night and the weekends. But I think it was when his co-star Sybil Shepherd got pregnant that it might have freed up some time as well. So
I know that one of the first scenes he had to shoot because he'd like left Moonlighting, I don't know, in the morning or in the evening or whatever, and then he went straight to this set, and he had to immediately film jumping off the building with a hose, the
fire hose stunt.
Yeah.
We'll jump ahead to that. We'll talk about that. I mean, that is a great looking stunt, isn't it? You can't help but feel like that wouldn't look as good now if it was a modern movie.
I love the fact that he sort of tied it around his waist and hoped that it's elasticated enough to absorb his fall. Because, like,
here comes the rock climber.
I know, sorry, boys and girls, but, like, no, that'd break your back. However, we'll ignore that and just assume that there's enough stretch in the canvas of that hose that it's going to absorb his fall. And it's cool. We'll let it go. It go.
I mean, there's so many great moments just in that one stunt. And, that initial leap was used on TV trailers all the time back in the day. It was, yeah. The swing and the shooting glass to get back inside is like so awesome.
So good. It's brilliant.
That moment, that tiny little pause when he's on the floor and he knows the hose wheel thing is going to pull him back out again. That's great as well. What a sequence.
The whole sequence is brilliant. Yeah, totally.
Now imagine doing all that and it's your first day on set.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And that stunt, apparently it was, do you want feet or meters?
Meters, obviously.
So it's 7.6 meter leap from a 5-story parking garage onto an airbag that was 18 meters. Onto an airbag, and there was an 18-meter wall of flame behind him.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Bruce Willis considered it to be one of his toughest stunts, but when they did it, the explosive force of that 18 meters wall of flame pushed him towards the edge of the airbag, and the crew was concerned that he'd died.
Jesus, really?
Day one.
Whoa.
Yeah, mental.
Wow. Okay. Fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, are you aware of the other people they had sort of offered it to, or were in the talk of it being?
We're going back to season 1 predictability here, aren't we? Should we do a name each?
But it's great fun. Yeah, why not? Let's do a name each.
Go on.
Sylvester Stallone,
Richard Gere,
Clint Eastwood,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Harrison Ford,
Nick Nolte,
Burt Reynolds,
Mel Gibson,
Don Johnson,
Paul Newman,
Richard Dean Anderson.
Who's he?
He is MacGyver, the guy in Farscape. Farscape? Right. Not Farscape. Stargate.
Stargate, yeah.
That one.
I know what you mean. Al Pacino.
James Caan.
Yeah. I mean, it's everyone, isn't it? It's like every big leading actor at the time. But what I like is that Schwarzenegger, they offered it to him, and he wanted to branch out into comedy and turned it down to star in Twins the same year.
I like Twins. Oh, was that the same year? That's interesting. Yeah. I like Twins. It's shit, but it's fun, right? It's totally fun, that film. I've got a lot of time for it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's very cool.
Yeah, I'll need to watch it again. Bruce Willis, it is a 10 out of 10 performance.
Yeah, totally.
But I think it does need the support of the cast around him. I mean, Rickman gives him a run for his money. You'd go, that's a 10 out of 10 role as well. So they got lucky with having such a great cast. But for me, someone like your Reginald Vell Johnson is the heart of the movie in a way. He brings that extra stuff to it. And then you got your Bonnie Bedelia as his wife, and she's great, and she's needed to like cement this relationship and sort of cement the movie, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else on your list
of cast? William Atherton,
yes,
honourable mention. That's true. This man has no dick.
Exactly. He is basically the same character from Ghostbusters.
The same. It's just brilliant, And obviously he comes back in number 2 as well on the airplane. Right, yeah.
I do really want to see Die Hard 2 now. It's been a while. When was the last time you saw it?
Recently, probably last year, I think. I think we watched them back to back for Christmas. I haven't seen number 3 for a long time, very long time. So I'd like to see that one.
2 and 3 are so good.
Yeah,
That's Christmas washing, I think, sorted for me.
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
No, for cast, that's for me. I mean, I know you want to talk about the director, and I definitely have got a lot. Well, not a lot, but I want to mention the director of photography, or the cinematographer, if you will.
Well, funnily enough, next up is the visuals and the VFX, and top of my list was oh Jesus, season 2, we're back. Cinematographer Jan de Bont.
Now,
who's Dutch. Ik ben een appel.
Is that how you pronounce Jan de Bont? Have you got like a Dutch person sitting close to you that could say it properly?
I do, but what happens is I will ask Dutch person what things mean or something, and she'll go, I can't remember, I've forgotten. So it's absolutely pointless me asking how to pronounce Jan de Bont. How do you pronounce that? Jan de Bont. Jan de Bont. Jan. De Bont. De Bont. Jan de Bont. She doesn't know.
No, I could phone a Dutch person, but it's going to be like half-hour phone call. It's just not worth it.
Phone a friend.
Jan de Bont. I love the fact that we've got like Dutch people that we can phone, tame Dutch people. But yeah, anyway, I remember because obviously he went on to have directorial role as well after this, and he went on to do.
Can you name his
Twister?
Twister. Yes, and
oh God,
the big one.
Was it bigger than Twister?
Arguably, I'd say.
Oh, go on. I don't know.
Speed.
Oh, fuck. Did he do Speed? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when we say he did Speed, he directed the movie.
Yes, but he's Dutch, so he's bound to have done Speed.
Schmuck on the pancake.
Hey, Kiana, I just want you to stand over here and look really sexy, yeah?
Is that you sound like Sean Connery.
But it's a very fine line between Dutch and Sean. Yes,
Dutch Bond.
Yes.
I know. I've been expecting you.
Smoking a pancake. But
McTiernan. I'm going to move on. McTiernan said that he was the best cinematographer he ever worked with.
Really? Okay. Nice. Nice.
I mean, you can see it. I was watching this movie.
You totally can. Go on, go on.
And there was just so many good shots.
Loads of them. Not only that, but it was all like, I don't know, handycam or up close running. Now the whole run and gun thing is just like, right, we're going to follow them. It's so normal now, but back then it wasn't.
No.
And there's lots of right. I'm going to follow you up the stairs, get in really close, and you're in this building. You're just constantly in the building, so you've got to find these inventive ways of framing a shot while you're in a room or in a tight corridor or in crawling through the housing of the fan, the extraction, and all that sort of stuff, which is classic. And lighting that, it's wonderful, and I love how he did it. So much time for Jan de Bont.
He deliberately chose like handheld cameras to make it, well, I don't know if these are his words or someone else's, but feel closer to the characters and create a more cinematic intimacy.
Really?
But apparently they didn't storyboard much because Jan de Bont believed in it sort of makes his job redundant and takes away from the creative magic of it. So him and McTiernan would just chat about it the day before or the day of, and then sort of feel what they wanted to do. And so he was more concerned with creating a dramatic shot rather than a good-looking shot. But I think he did both.
And I think that is nuts, isn't it? Not storyboarding a film. I mean, imagine that. We'll just wing it and go. Jesus. I mean, what a great way of filming it. And I think it comes across so well because it rolls one after the other,
I just got a note here about, I've called it just written perfect movement because I really liked, if you look closely at some of the camera movements, they're really not smooth. They're not, what would now be like a Steadicam smooth or anything like that. And these days, you end up having so much additional shake, which is just over the top. But it's just this really perfect line where you don't notice it unless you're really looking for it. I don't think it's intentional, but it adds something to the realism of it.
You definitely feel like you're in the action. Absolutely, absolutely.
And there's some brilliant camera moves around foreground elements and there's little reveals that happen. And it's just brilliant filmmaking that you don't seem to see a lot anymore. And they were just back to back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is just a constant amount of action. There's actually not too much. Well, there's plenty of dialogue, but there's not too much of it. You're not sometimes bored by the dialogue, or again, bored by the action. Sometimes you can have too much of it. It is nicely balanced. I've got a note here that says, actual explosions. Lots of explosions, lots of blowing things up, lots of actual stunts. The occasional bit of green screen. I think there was only one model that was used to be blown up, which was the rooftop.
Right.
But there was not a lot of sort of, special effects, if you will, being used.
Yeah.
It was all mostly real, which is absolutely excellent.
And it looks great. And did you notice, speaking of the Dutch, did you notice some great sort of slight Dutch angles in there as well? Like when Hans tells Carl, you remember who he is, he's not William von Homburg, he says, we're back in business, after they get the detonators back. And it cuts to this sort of reverse shot of Carl turning around dramatically, and it's just ever so slightly a bit of a Dutch angle. Oh, dear.
His hair flowing behind him.
That's right, yeah. Just scowling at Hans Gruber.
He's got the scowl down, that man.
Did you notice this, right? So near the beginning, so when he's going from the airport to Nakatomi Plaza, it's orange as fuck. Like they put an orange plate over the camera.
But is that to sort of show, because you're looking west over the sea, that's where the sun goes down. It's that Californian. Is it trying to show that?
I don't know. It was so orange.
It was really orange. I know. I thought maybe there's a fire happening again.
Yeah, I was like, is this like a remaster? And they've fucked it.
Yeah.
But it was crap. I mean, I love the movie, but that was weird.
I recently watched The Matrix again. We've just watched them, all of them with the kids, and it's greener than I remembered.
I think apparently
they've redone it, having a bit of research. They've made it greener. It's like, I don't actually like that much.
I think it's one of those things where they've tried to make it how people remember it.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, it like I say, it just wasn't that green, and now we all just think of The Matrix as a green movie, so they've exaggerated it in the master.
Yeah.
Shame. But there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down of how movies used to be, and then the remasters come out, and they're different. But we won't go there now. There's a stunt in this, while we're talking about sort of the filmmaking side of it. Oh man, the hand-to-hand action is great in this generally, but there's quite a few times you can see, obviously it's not Bruce Willis, and I've never noticed it before.
Yeah.
And the punch up between Carl and Mclane is really brutal. It reminded me of the Daniel Craig Casino Royale toilet fight.
It's desperate. It's desperate. Like, one of us is going to die, and it's not going to be me. Desperate. Yeah, totally. It's not pretty. No,
and then Carl's death is savage.
Yep.
Followed almost immediately by the way that John McClane opens the door, I think, to the roof, and he just shoots through Al Leong. And you just see it come out the back of him.
Yes.
5 stars. But there was the way that a stunt guy falls through a glass plate in slow-mo. I think it's just before they do the whole shoot the glass thing. So one of the bad guys falls through this plate glass divider of the room, and his head guts just go everywhere, and it looks fucking brutal. And I have no idea how they did that safely.
So I watched that scene, that particular cut, a couple of times, because it looks like a real actor going through the glass, and obviously it cuts to, and you can tell it's body afterwards. You can tell it's a dummy that's lying there in the next shot where they. I think so. If you look at it, it doesn't look very realistic. Because they've got the shot looking down on him from behind. That looks like a dummy, but the actual shot of him going through the glass, that I'm very certain it's a real person. If it's not, then they've done an exceptional job. And if it is a real job, if it is a real person, then bloody hell, that's like dangerous as you like. But yeah.
The other thing I had a note of is that the editor, and this may be one of those things that people are like, everyone knows that, but I didn't know it. But he kept a scene where John McClane falls down the ventilation shaft, and he misses like the first one or two, and then he catches finally onto like the lower one. And I watched that and went, oh, that old cliche, that's borderline impossible. Apparently the stuntman did actually do that in real life. He accidentally missed the catch of the thing and got one after it.
No. Yeah. Actually, that's nuts, because I was looking at that going, no. There's, I've done similar things, and it's just not possible to do that. Fair play. That's proper nuts.
Yeah. Anything else for you on visuals, VFX, anything of that stuff?
No. Just beautiful. Love it. More, again, more films like this, please. Yeah.
Now, do you love the music?
I do. I like how you've got a lot of Christmassy music on the lead up to it, and you've got all the stuff that's happening, and then suddenly there's a cut to the truck driving, and then Ode to Joy is played in like a minor key, and it's like, shit's gonna go down. This is the start. You know what I mean? So you got the film, you got the background, you got all that stuff, and then there's the truck, minor key, Ode to Joy. Shit's gonna go off now, and it's just really, really cool. And then he's whistling it in the elevator, and then it's played quite a bit. This Ode to Joy, it's right there. The music's always there in the background. There's bits of it I've noticed which is sort of a bit muted trumpets, which is a little bit Bond. I felt in areas there's some Bond. Again, when the action's happening, I don't think I really noticed the music all that much. I was trying to listen out for it, but then I sort of forgot about it. And we've said this in the past. It's there, but you don't really think about it. It doesn't really stand out. So it's, I think that's the best compliment you can give it, really.
I agree.
It's not Eric Serra in GoldenEye, is it?
Thank God. My note was that it was a very subtle score that you barely noticed, which again is like always usually a compliment. But it's sort of overshadowed in a way by the songs, the Run DMC or Ode to Joy or is it Let It Snow at the end? I can't remember. Whatever it is. And I was trying to think to myself, I can't whistle or I can't hum a theme from it or anything like Michael Kamen's wonderful Prince of Thieves soundtrack. Which that used to be my alarm sound, by the way, in case you wondered.
No way.
I used to listen to it all the time.
I didn't wonder, but that's quite cool.
Yeah, whenever I could, I'd pop that on. Bloody great, sweet. But yeah, and then I listened to it earlier while writing some notes and doing some research, and you do go, oh yeah, I know this piece of music, sort of all a bit familiar. But Michael Kamen, rest his soul, apparently saw an unfinished version of Die Hard and was not impressed.
Oh, really?
He thought that Alan Rickman sort of overshadowed Bruce Willis and sort of didn't like how that affected the film. But I don't know.
I could see the argument for it.
Yeah. And I think it's an unusual way to make a film, but I think it's great for it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how much McTiernan and Kamen got on. They might have been best of friends and it might have been absolutely lovely, but from what I've read there's a few things. So McTiernan didn't like a piece of music that was made for the final scene where you have the fight between Carl and Mclane.
Yeah.
And so he used a temporary track.
The henchman showdown.
Yeah, he used a temporary track that was an unused bit of music from Aliens that James Horner had written.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can imagine if you're Michael Kamen, you're like, well, that's fucking pissed me off.
Sure.
And then other bits were apparently used from the 1987 film Man on Fire.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there's bits in there that were not Michael Kamen. And before he even hired Michael Kamen, John McTiernan he was set on using Beethoven's Ode to Joy. Yeah. Because apparently he'd heard it in A Clockwork Orange. And then Kamen was like, I don't want to use that. And I think he accused McTiernan of tarnishing the piece of music by using it in an action film.
Well, and Beethoven's used in A Clockwork Orange a lot because they talk about Ludwig van when they're doing their ultra-violence.
Yeah. And once John McTiernan had explained all about the Clockwork Orange and how he was going to do it, I think he was all right with it. But he did at one point suggest instead of using Beethoven to use Wagner.
Ooh. Well, I mean, that works because it's obviously German opera and they're all Germans. Well, I mean, they're supposed to be. They're fucking not. But, supposed to be. And Wagner, I mean, I love a bit of Wagner, my favourite opera. Yeah.
I don't know what my favourite opera is.
Really?
I don't really watch it.
I love Madame Butterfly. Oh, okay.
Hamilton.
I was getting
excited. Love a bit of Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton is just...
But it's not been very good since he moved to Ferrari.
It's not
I really
opera, though, is it?
love the bit where Ode to Joy kicks in when they break the final time lock. It's sort of weirdly uplifting for the bad guys.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It's great. Yeah.
Anything else on music?
No.
Then let's talk about things we want to talk about.
Let's.
Anything for you? You want to go start?
Here's a little funny anecdote. I was getting confused between this film and Crocodile Dundee. No. Hear me out. Because at one point, I'd forgotten and I was expecting the limo driver to take the fender thing off the back of the limo and use it like the boomerang that he does.
Right.
And I was watching this film sort of half distracted because loads of stuff's been going on today, and I was like, that hasn't happened yet. And it's like, oh no, that's in that film. So that's just a funny thing. I just need to have more sleep, basically.
True. I really like the storytelling in this. I think there's moments where everything is set up so nicely and organically, right, without feeling like a forced Chekhov's gun. So when he's taking he's taking his socks and shoes off, that sets up the glass later on. You know, when he checks the first dead guy's jumper size, I'd never noticed that before, but he pulls the neck over just to get a look at the size, and then his shoes don't fit. These things are all like supporting the story.
And he says something about on the radio, doesn't he? They're wearing European labels, and you know that he must have got the labels from having looked in his jumper. Yeah. But then like you've got things running through it, like the mystery of why Hans wants the detonators back and stuff like that. It's brilliantly written. Nothing ever feels like, oh, I wonder what that's going to turn out to be about, you know, in a bad way. I like the 80s bombast of it all as well. It's outstanding. So kind of the 80s executive level overindulgence that you had in like London and New York and, you know, LA, I suppose, with in the banking sort of district and all that sort of stuff. In that particular time in history, a lot of people were making a lot of money, and you can really see it there. He's quite openly doing coke and stuff, and it's totally fine. Big party. We've just built a skyscraper. You know, it really picks the right time and place in history there.
Yeah. I also love just those bad guys. You know, they're a real good gang. And the guy who cuts through the cables when the other guy hasn't quite finished doing his work with all the cables, I suppose. I don't know why I particularly like it, but I think it's brilliant.
I've written this down. Literally, I've just said, "Have you ever used a chainsaw?" Because like I have. And it doesn't work like that, but it's just so funny. Like, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's just great. I love it. It's just really cool. And he's just like, no, wait. And he's like, fuck it, I'm going for it.
And the way it could jeopardize the whole plan.
I know. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. There's some boobs a couple of times. There's
Is it a couple of times?
I love some 80s boobs. There's when they first storm the building. I think there's a couple that are going at it, and they drag her over the desk.
And what I like
is
that was set up earlier, because you see them go into the room, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize someone was in here." And then 10 minutes later, they are at it. Yeah.
And then he's creeping around somewhere, and there's a picture, like one of those calendars with a girl with her boobs out that you had in the 80s in the mechanics, in those old sort of backstreet mechanics sort of places. And he looks at it. He walks past it and has a little gander. I don't know if you missed that. That's quite funny. As he's walking past, he's just like, oh, hello. That's quite. So there's a couple of bits of boobs in there, but not too much. Not enough that it can't be a nice family film. Obviously, plenty of killing and gore and death. Still, definitely justifiably an 18. But or is it a 15? Oh shit! I say that. Is it a 15? Do you know what? I don't know. Or is
I don't know anymore.
Is it a? I don't know what it would be in America or in other countries. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know. Can you Google it?
I'm gonna Google it.
Typing.
Yeah. Right. Oh god! Am I gonna have to like go to a UK site to find out?
Probably. Maybe it's a 15, maybe it's not an 18. But what I mean is enough boobs just to make your average teenager quite happy, like me.
It's a 15.
I'm still 15. How about that?
I don't know if that's what it was when it came out, but according to Tyneside Cinema, thank you very much.
There you go.
Yes. I mean, is there boobs in Rocky Horror? There's not, is there?
No, I think there is in the swimming pool at the end, but they're just sort of a bit popped out, and it's nothing really obvious.
Because it's a very sexual film, but there's no nudity per se.
Sexual. Yeah.
Which and you say that, and the reason I reference it is because obviously, of course, for you it is the number one family film in your home.
It is. Yes. Massive musical,
just to give people context
of
what you think is a family film.
That's absolutely right. It's definitely a family film, but I think a lot of people would agree with me. So
yes, and when we did that episode, there was a lot of love going around, especially on TikTok, which was nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my notes here is just. Sorry, go on.
Go on. No, go for it.
No, you go.
I think abseiling off an MP5 is ballsy.
Yes.
Good for you. I like it.
Would you do that? You're a rock climber and you like heights. Would you?
I wouldn't
go
trust
down
that as an anchor. Well, I say that. I do love a good shaft. Had to be done. It's life or death, right? So yes.
Yeah.
What's your other option? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, but it's tenuous.
I was going to ask you a question. Would you, someone who works up a very high turbines, would you do what he does and get on top of a lift like that as it's moving up and down?
Well, if you no,
okay.
No.
Why not?
Well, just dangerous. But if you do notice on the top of that lift, there was because I did notice this, and I'm glad you brought it up. If you notice on the bit, there's this kind of bit of metalwork, and as long as you're underneath the metalwork, you should be all right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what he was by the looks of it. I did have a look at that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't want to go hurtling up there like he does.
No.
I wouldn't want to be on top of the lift in the first place, but
no.
Another one from you?
There's quite a few things, but all relative to this point, right? So he's the brother with the shorter hair, with the who gets ho 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 written on his chest.
Tony.
He goes up and he's like, I won't hurt you if you come out. And then what he does, and because he's holding the machine gun, and then he cocks the machine gun.
Yes.
It's like, no, you wouldn't do that. That would already be cocked, ready to go. That's really annoying. And
he's not a professional assassin like you, huh?
Well, this is true. I'm not a professional assassin.
I forgot we can't talk about that.
Can't say that. Here's the thing I noticed. Bruce Willis is left-handed. I've learnt that today. Because he's got his left hand finger on the trigger. Oh. And throughout the film, all of them run around, and including Bruce Willis, runs around with their fingers on the trigger. There's a bit where he's crawling under the desk to shoot that guy, and he's just crawling around with his finger on the trigger. You would never, ever do this. You don't ever do this. You rest your trigger finger on the guard, never on the trigger.
Not even when you're in a life and death moment like that, and you might have to do it any second.
Literally, no, because it's just a simple movement. That's your safety, basically. And it's just and I notice it in films from time to time, but it's like, Christ, everyone does it in this. And when they're running around the machine guns, they're sort of like running down the stairs with their fucking hair flowing everywhere, all these bad guys, and they're sort of like, they're just clattering around with these guns. They're not tucked up into their shoulders ready to go. It's like, he would have to, it's going to take you a couple of seconds to get it into position to, but it's fine.
And they should probably put their hair up with a hairband.
It's health and safety, That's going to get caught in the recoil. It's not going to.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Silly boys.
There you go.
The last one I've got is that, I'll just call it Han's nose. The villains sort of set up their own foreshadowing problem of that seventh seal that can't be cut locally. Mm-hmm. And Theo sort of like, this can't be cut locally. And Rickman's got this like smugness that he's like, leave it to me. And all this kind of stuff. That's very good. And he doesn't tell them the solution. They've all just gone in there going, apparently he knows the answer.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Well, what is the answer, Hans?
Yeah. The FBI. You wanted miracles. I give you.
I give you
the FBI.
So good.
Oh,
so good. So good.
Any more from you?
Just when he chucks the PE4 down the the lift shaft. The
P4?
C4, sorry. PE4, plastic explosive 4. In the UK, it's not called C4. Generally, it's called PE4.
What does the C stand
explosive
for in the American one?
Do you know what? I couldn't tell you.
Oh. Do you want to know what C4 stands for? Would you like me to use my knowledge to tell you?
Go for it, if you like.
I mean, it's just one of these things that I know off the top of the head. It stands for composition 4.
Oh, well, how about that? It's plasticine. It doesn't. Nothing happens. You've got to use it with detonators. It's the only way it blows up, and those detonators need to have an electric charge.
Right.
And it's cool that he straps a TV to it, but also the TV's not plugged in. So I'm just trying to figure out how they got it to detonate, because there was no timer, there were no batteries, there was no.
Wasn't it just that the TV was going to spark because he knew, various
but the spark's not good
get...
enough. It's electric. It's not. There's no spark.
Oh.
There's no. Yeah. It's not like you don't light it and run away. It's an electronic discharge, if you will.
So what you're saying is that ruins the movie for you?
A little bit.
Yeah,
little bit.
This movie couldn't have happened. Unrealistic.
I've written wouldn't blow up like that. Jesus.
Yeah, fingers on triggers, people with their hair down. 1 star.
Yeah.
Any more?
There's some bad editing on the detonation cord that they're running around the top as well. Like he's just pulling off this spool of yellow and then cuts it, and then he throws it up to his mate. And it's like, mate, you've just cut that, and now you're spooling more. It's just bad editing. That's all.
Terrible. Yeah. I thought it was like,
that was just quite funny. And I just loved right at the beginning the simple visuals about the elevators. It just told you very quickly about what they're doing. They've shut down this elevator, this elevator, this elevator, this one above these floors, and then the service lift is to all the floors. It was just a very simple 2-second shot, and it just sets everything up for how they've got into the building and locked it down. And he's just typing away on the keyboard like it's a piano. And it's just really cool. There's no talking. There's no, right, shut down elevator 1 through 6. And yeah, it's just, there we go, visuals. It's just really nice. It's just well done and set up. I like that. It's really
good
cool.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the end of the movie.
Yes.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, this movie. But it flies along, doesn't it? It never stops.
It doesn't. I've written here it's 132 minutes. Not a short film, but I don't care.
Is that your note?
That's it. No, I don't care. But I say that because I'm a big supporter of the 90-minute film, right? We both are to a point.
Yeah.
It's like films used to be 90 minutes, and they're just getting longer and longer and longer. And like my bladder's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm getting older. I start to fall asleep now because I'm tired. 90 minutes I can do. Anything longer, Jesus. But this rattled on well. Yeah. It kept me. Every time I've seen it, it does. And I didn't, because I thought it was a 90-minute film, and I looked it up. And said, oh no, it's not. It's a 2-hour film. Over 2 hours. So good on them. Well done.
So we're high up in the office. Holly's dangling out with Gruber, and the watch that Mclane undoes to make Hans fall to his death is the one that Ellis bought Holly, and they talk about at the start of the movie, which John dismisses and says he'll look at it later. I thought that was a nice little subtle touch.
Yeah.
And then we get this kind of what I think of as the Lethal Weapon ending with the way that Carl is shot. Where the fuck did he come from? I can't remember what happened to him. He was strung up by the chains last we saw, and now he's like hiding underneath some stuff on the outside of the building. Weird. But yeah, that kind of when Al shoots him, and it reminded me a bit of Glover and Gibson on the lawn. Yeah.
Like
how Al's story comes full circle as he pulls the gun out and shoots Carl.
That's such a great ending to a film on the lawn there. It's great.
Yeah. And then Holly punches William Atherton in the face. The McLanes go off in the limo, and they're having a little smooch in the back seat, and then we get Let It Snow over the credits.
Yeah.
I mean,
classic Christmas film.
It all just, like a Christmas present, gets nicely wrapped up.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even a scripted note.
Was that not? Was that not at all?
Just that off the top of my head, that.
Mate.
Genuinely.
Mega.
It's very satisfying.
It is. Completely, utterly satisfying.
But we won't rank it yet.
Not yet.
The ranking may be...
we got to do favourite line scene.
Yeah. Favourite scenes and lines, yeah. Would you like to go first? I've got quite a few.
I've got quite a few.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, I also had loads more to talk about as well, like things we want to talk about. I'm not going to because we'll just go on and on and on. But there's just so much actually. It's just great. Okay. I like it when he says at the end, "If this is your idea of Christmas, I've got to be here for New Year's Eve." Yeah, or New Year. It's just a great classic sort of 80s, action hero line.
Yeah. Well, one of my favourite lines is just, "Drop it, dickhead, it's the police." I mean, that's brilliant John Mclane line. Yeah.
I again, with Argyle, it's like we got everything in here: CD, CB, TV, VHS. And, it's quite loaded, but you're sort of listening to all those things going, Jesus Christ, that's actually quite dated now.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Betamax.
8-track.
8-track. Christ,
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
He's a good character, Argyle, as well. I really
he's
like
great.
him.
He's some really good comic relief. He could have done loads more. I think they could have had it fleshed out. I think the actor brought it to life more so than the writing of that role, for sure.
And I think they'd fleshed it out more than it was going to be through various scenarios.
Okay.
But
because it wasn't fleshed out at all. I mean, they were literally sort of writing it and making it up as they went along.
Yeah. I'm just going to come straight in with the most obvious favourite line of the whole fucking movie.
Obviously.
Which is, should we say it together? 3, 2, 1. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Oh, no.
Okay.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
All right, there is that one, I suppose, as well.
Yeah.
I was actually going, not for that one, but for the other one.
So the Yippee-ki-yay thing, they really wanted to put a load of old cowboy language in. And the Yippee-ki-yay comes from Roy Rogers, who would say Yippee-ki-yay kids, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he mentions Roy Rogers, doesn't he, in the film? I guess he's obviously some sort of cowboy or something.
Yeah. And there was debate over whether to use Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, or Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But Bruce Willis wanted the first one. Who knows? Who cares? It would have been as iconic.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. It's just what we're used to now. Yeah.
But I think that's something that probably us as Brits, especially, or non-Americans, wouldn't really know the history of.
Sure. Yeah, because I don't know who Roy Rogers is at all.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about the line, "Now I have a machine gun."
Yes.
Ho, ho, ho.
I mean, the fact that he just reads it out loud when everyone can see it.
It's just great delivery. I mean, that is wonderful.
And there was also,
I really wanted to actually have that written on my shirt today, but
that would have been good.
Yeah.
But it's in that. I think it's in that scene where they just mix up whether they're talking German or English, and there's no motivational reason other than make the audience not really know what they're saying, and then suddenly, we need to go back to English.
Yeah, I know. When he tells them to shoot the glass, and
we're coming on. Don't talk about that. We're coming on. I'm going to do it now.
We're coming on to that.
Fuck it, I'm doing it now.
Oh right. Sorry. That's
my favourite. My all-time favourite line in this, and possibly in any movie, is "shoot the glass." It's made more brilliant by the fact that he says it in German to Blondie Carl, and he just seems to not understand. He's like shrugging his shoulders, so he just says it in English. Shoot the glass. Excellent. Just such an iconic scene, that whole thing.
It is.
Go on, you go.
No, yeah. It's so because we haven't got our notes. It's just so funny that I'm saying things that you. Yeah. He says he's telling him something. He's just quoting something. I don't remember exactly what, but he says benefits of a classical education. And it's true. Have you noticed? Like, I quote random bits of poetry all the time, or I'm quoting Shakespeare or something like that. I mean, it's very true.
Yeah. One of my other ones I've already says was, "You ask for miracles, I give you the FBI." I love that one. But I've done that already, so I'll do another one, which is, "No fucking shit, lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?"
Yes, I got that one as well.
He goes so high, and I just thought he would have done a good voice for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know, but he's so fucking desperate. He's on the roof of the bloody building. It's like, "You know, fucking shit, lady.
He's on
do
the
I
roof.
sound like I'm ordering a pizza?"
He's on the roof of the bloody building.
It's on the roof. Give him a slap, son. I like the Gennaro's boss,
Takagi.
Pearl Harbor didn't work out, so we got you at the tape decks.
That just smacked me as a line written by a Westerner, thinking this will be funny for an Asian person to say.
Mate, I've never noticed this before today. Never. I completely missed that. In all the other viewings. It's so funny.
Yeah. And then there was the two Johnsons. Oh, I'm going to do the whole Johnson bit.
Oh, so the FBI. Yeah, go on.
I'm Agent Johnson. This is Special Agent Johnson. No relation.
Great.
And then it's followed by Robert. Then that's it. The LAPD guy. So he turns up and he says, "I'm Dwayne Robinson, LAPD. I'm in charge here." And Robert Darby just has this. The timing and the composition is so good. And there's this little pause waiting for the inevitable, where Darby just goes, "Not anymore." But there's like that whole trio to this little bit, because then shortly after, Darby makes a phone call and he says, "It's Agent Johnson. No, the other one," which just makes
exactly.
me think, what did the other person say? Does he go, "It's Agent Johnson," and the other person goes, "The black guy"?
Oh dear,
fantastic. Yeah.
There's a great bit.
But sorry, I'm gonna. There's one more no. Johnson and Johnson.
Oh, do it.
When they're in the helicopter and they're approaching the building, and Robert Darby's getting all excited with his massive sniper rifle, and he says, "Just like being back in Saigon." And the other guy says, "I was in junior high, dickhead."
Yes.
Oh, I'd take a spin-off movie of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Totally. In this world of spin-offs and alternate universes that seem
if they weren't dead.
Yeah, very
in
true.
the movie.
When they're storming the building, they give them the go, and there's that tank and the car and all that sort of stuff going into the building. Like, there's some guards going through like a rose bush.
Yeah.
And one of them, he just gets his hand pricked, and he's just like, "Ow!" And it's just so out of context. But he just catches his fingers, "Ow!"
It's in there
really
with
funny.
Al Leong grabbing the chocolate bars for me. It's this slight realism that comes in every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of my that's pretty much all my favourite lines specifically, but there's three favourite scenes that I have. Now, the first one for me is Ellis's entire speech to Hans when he's trying to be the big guy and negotiate. And he does the, "Hans, Bubby, you use a gun, I use a fountain pen. What's the difference?" And he's fucking ace in that.
He is.
He's a really hateable guy, but that's so fucking funny. And the way he sits
Hans,
there as they pour him a Coke, and he's acting like he's the king of the castle.
I know.
He's like, "Hans, put away the gun. This is radio, not television." The whole Bubby was improv. Apparently, it wasn't in the script.
No way. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, it follows on from what, Jan de Bont and that lot were doing instead of storyboarding. There seems to be a lot of improvisation that just ran, Well, go guys, see what you can do.
And there's a great theory, because obviously we see Ellis doing the coke off of Holly's desk at the beginning. And there's a great fan theory, that what happened is he went to negotiate with Hans, and they were like, "Okay, you're going to help us. Anything we can get you while we do the negotiation." And that he went, "Yeah, I'd love some coke." And they brought him a can.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, that's some brilliant headcanon if it's not real,
Not thought of that at all.
Yeah, because otherwise it is a bit odd in a way.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just product placement or something.
Well, I wonder if there's some truth to that story, and that someone on set said, "All right, we need coke for this next scene," and maybe production actually just got a can of coke rather than the drug. But that's wishful thinking.
There's a bit where he says he's checking into the building right at the start, and it's a touch screen, and he says, "Cute toy."
Yeah.
And that's just now life. Like forget even just your phone. How often a day do you use a touch screen? It's just so part of life now. And then it was like, oh yeah, this is a cute thing. It's quite funny.
Cutting edge.
Yeah.
I really like, and we sort of talked about it earlier a bit, but Al's past. We call him Al or Pal? What's his bloody name? The cop. He's got this brilliant depth that we're not really used to in this kind of genre, but it adds so much. And when Mclane asks him why he has a desk job, and his story starts with, "I had an accident. and Mclane jokes about him crashing a car, and then Al just says, "I shot a kid, and they teach you everything about being a cop except how to live with a mistake." And he says that he couldn't bring himself to pull the gun on anyone again, and then that obviously sets up the end. But it's so heartfelt, and it's a bit like, again, in Lethal Weapon, similar thing.
You've got that buddy cop aspect between the two of them helping each other through it. There is a great depth to that.
I wonder if they ever thought about getting him back for Lethal Weapon 3 instead of Samuel L. Jackson. I doubt it.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to buy the Twinkies. It's for my wife. Right.
Yeah. I have got, this is going to sound weird, but I have got a box of Twinkies in my bedroom.
I don't want to know what
anyway, your turn.
You're going to do with those. Yes. I want to know how many people, I mean, all right, this isn't, favourite anything, but I just want to know how many people have done the toe curling on the carpet. I've never tried it. Because he's like, son of a bitch, it really works, It's quite fun. It's like with Pretty Woman when she's walking on the grass. She says you feel the grass under your toes, and he takes his shoes off and walks on the grass.
It's been a while since I've seen that. Yeah. I'll watch it again soon.
Yeah.
Last one from me. This is probably my favourite scene in the whole movie. Is the whole Hans meeting Mclane for the first time.
Mm-hmm. It's great, isn't it?
It starts with a, "Please, God, no, you're not one of them. Please don't kill me." That whole thing. And Alan Rickman's hair comes forward, his accent changes, and it's such a great performance. And you've got this drama of Mclane not knowing who he is, and then this entertaining Rickman performance. You got the smoking banter, the way that Hans nicks the cigarette pack. Did you notice that? And then when he actually then realizes who he's up against and notices that he's not wearing any shoes, and the way he picks the name from the staff board, and he sees W.M. Clay and turns it into Bill Clay.
Yeah.
As a kid, I don't think I understood that. And then the whole story about paintball being stupid to a cop, and then how Mclane hands him the gun and walks away. Then he starts speaking German and returns to his character. It's just such a perfect scene.
Yeah. But he knew all along because the gun was empty.
Well, did he know all along? I think that was just him being cautious.
Cautious, maybe. Yeah. There's a scene. There's a scene where they're in the office and she's reminiscing, and she puts the photo down of them as a couple, and that's brutal. And it makes me think about it because at the end, obviously, she's realised that he's a badass, and they're all together and they're getting out with each other, and she's like, "Oh, I want you to come and stay at the house. I want to see you. The kids want to see you," and it's all about them reconciling. But then that over the next few films they never do reconcile, and it makes me sad. And especially when she put the photograph down there, I know that they don't make up, in the rest of the films, and it's really a shame, and it's sad because I feel bad for John Mclane because, he tries. I mean, I don't know what he's like when he's not saving the world. You only ever see him when he's saving the world. I
think it's because he's such a poor lover in the bedroom.
Obviously, flaccid cock, I'd imagine.
They go into that in the books,
Yeah. And there was something I did want to say else. Just give me a second to fucking find it. That was it. There's just one shot. It's maybe 20 seconds, and there's a couple. That's it. A woman in yoga pants or white gym pants runs. I sent you a photograph of it on text earlier, as you're well aware, because it made me laugh. Jumps into this guy's arm. He turns around and says California, and then the camera it pans round, and it does a focus pull on the trolleys, and then to his name, and then you see and it's just, I don't know, there's something about that flow of that shot that shows the trolleys and then his name, and then there's this beautiful awkward interaction with Argyle and Mclane, and he's like, and it's just great that it just feels awkward, and it's wonderful. It's really, really good.
And like you say, that's quite a complicated move with all the focus pulling and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And they're shooting on film. It's costing them money.
That's not cheap. That is not cheap.
Great.
And there's one more line I want to. I just thought, it's again, the first time I've ever picked it up. Really, Holly Gennaro is in the office with the pregnant lady, and the pregnant lady's like, "Oh, I wonder if I can get away with having a little drink," and she says, "Love, that baby's ready to tend bar," which I thought was great. I just like that.
With such strong performances from Willis and Rickman, she does get a bit. It's easy to overlook her and her contribution to this music.
And she's great because she's a really strong female lead. I think
she never does anything
executive
unrealistic or
level.
Wrong. And when she goes into Hans and asks for, the sofa for the pregnant woman, she's so strong and so convincing and sort of respected almost by Hans. He's like, is that okay? We got a deal and stuff. Yeah. Any more from you?
No, that's it. Promise.
Cool. There's a couple of bits of trivia that I'll go through. The first one is about the changes from the book. In the book, the Mclane character, his surname's called Leland, I think, and he's single. And when Jeb Stewart changed him to being married and separated, it came because he had a row with his own wife, and he sort of did a bit of a runner out the house and jumped in his car, and then nearly had a serious accident. So he added this plot about a husband who has to apologise to his wife in the midst of all this chaos, and it's kind of like an overdue apology type thing, and that's where that motivation came from, which I think is great. Okay. And the book is darker, and the main character's daughter is a drug addict who dies with the Hans Gruber character when they both fall off the building.
Oh God!
So I'm glad they changed it, because you could see it going in more of a Lethal Weapon direction, maybe a slight nudge that way. There's some more darkness in that.
Yeah.
But I think the outcome is it's so good, and it's hard to know any other way, isn't it? But I'm glad they changed some things. A tiny little thing which you may have noticed. They hadn't finished writing the bloody thing when they were filming it, and at the end, they go and the escape is meant to be in the truck inside the truck, right? But when you see them arrive, you see the same truck, and it's clearly not in there. It's an ambulance, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that they changed throughout the filming of it.
I see.
This doesn't quite match up. There was another scene that had to be cut because it sort of was then spoiled by something else that they did or didn't film, and so it's quite interesting knowing about the evolution of the film.
I think they were quite restricted with the amount that they could film in that building as well. I think they could only film at nights or something.
Well, it was the Fox building, if I remember rightly. It was the Fox Plaza, so it was the studio building, which I think is one of the reasons why it didn't cost them a huge amount. Where you've got John Mclane and he's under the table, right, and he's shooting up. I think it's the scene you were talking about where he's got his finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis suffered permanent 2/3 hearing loss in his left ear.
So I heard. Yeah.
He heard it as well as the last thing he heard.
And that's quite a big thing, isn't it, to have permanent hearing loss from did he get a fucking payout?
Yeah.
Did you ever go and chat to HR about that? It's like, HSE. Guns on sets.
It's only blanks,
days.
But they are bloody loud.
They are very, very loud. You don't feel the same recoil, but the noise is exactly the same, and it's not quiet.
And tricky old John McTiernan. The stunt where Alan Rickman falls off the building at the end. I don't think Rickman was that keen on doing it, so John McTiernan convinced him to do it by doing it himself and falling into a pile of cardboard boxes. And the surprised reaction that you see on Alan Rickman's face is genuine, because they told him that they'd drop him on 3, and they didn't wait for 3.
Dropped him on 1.5 or something. Yeah.
And so they got the take, and that's the take. That first take is the one that's in the movie, but they got him to do it again anyway.
That's so good. Because it is. He looks horrified, so I'm not surprised. I did read about that actually, and doesn't surprise me at all. Like that is a fear of that is someone that's falling and you're not expecting it. Absolutely. Yeah.
And what's more interesting about that scene is autofocus wasn't really a thing in movies back then. Bits sort of existed, but it was mostly focus pullers. But apparently they sort of invented a bit of a system for this shot involving autofocus, because Alan Rickman was moving so fast that they just couldn't follow him with a focus. And so they developed a mechanism that would attach to the lens and move the focus and all this sort of stuff. Apparently, I don't know the technical ins and outs, something I read, but the last frame that you see before they cut is the last one that's in focus. So they used as much as they could. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Go on, no, carry on. Go for it.
The last thing for me is that an early design for the Nakatomi logo was apparently a bit too close to a swastika, so they redesigned it to look like this sort of samurai warrior's helmet.
Oh God, that's quite funny.
Yeah, did not see that one coming.
Oh God, that's awful. It was that stunt. I was trying to find the information about it. I can't find it now, but I did read earlier. The guy that came up with the focus pulling for him falling was the guy from Industrial Light and Magic. Who?
Richard Edlund.
That's the one. That is the one. And we've talked about him, on numerous occasions in various films and bits and pieces. It was him. He developed it. How, I don't know. I didn't read that far, but I saw that it was him, saw his name and went, that doesn't surprise me at all. He's a bit of a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
there's only a couple of things left to do, and one of them is to rank the bloody thing.
Yeah.
We don't need to dwell on this, do we? Do we?
So it's a great film. Yeah.
Late review.
Well, no, the thing is, it's obviously an S.
Okay.
That's it.
Agreed. S, yeah. We'll be back next week.
Sorry, I just thought I'd drag it out a little bit. No, obviously, it can't be anything other than an S. It was never going to be anything else. It's classic, timeless, brilliant. Love it. I could watch it again and again. I'm going to watch it again because the kids are disappointed they're not watching it, so I'm going to sit down and watch it with the family because it's a Christmas film. We watch it every Christmas. We do, so it's going to happen. Yes.
I don't think we can say anything that hasn't already been said. It's fucking perfect. It's a perfect movie, isn't it? Is it a perfect movie? Does it need to be a perfect movie? It's an S tier all day long.
It is. It's got the right amount of stunts, things being blown up, comedy lines, poignant moments.
Perfect balance. Yeah.
It's great. Have we got Patreon comments? I tell you what. Do I need to log into your notes, because I have got to the end of mine and I've got.
I don't have them on my notes. They are on the Patreon. Can you see the Patreon or not?
I can open my phone. This is funny. This is where it all goes
I can
wrong.
do them if you want me to do them.
No, I've got it. I'm just doing it now.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read out some Instagram ones, because we had a couple of quick ones from Instagram. Right, so as soon as I get rid of pictures of my dog, here we go.
So you said your dog then.
So Phil Dargan on Instagram says, Die Hard is a Christmas movie because debating it now is a Christmas tradition.
Excellent.
Yep. The Matt Garvin says, it is a Christmas movie, so is Batman Returns and The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Okay.
Won't disagree. Right. Harry Douglas says, fuck yeah. Although my family thought it was misogynistic crap and I couldn't finish it. I don't know whether he's saying that at the time or on a recent viewing.
Is that the Harry Douglas that we know and love?
Yes. Misogynistic.
What? I don't. He's a bit of a weirdo, though, isn't he?
Oh, God.
If you're listening,
I thought it was the opposite of that.
I wouldn't. I don't know that there's any part of that that's misogynistic. Or
food for thought. Last one from the Filk Freak, who says, of course it's a Christmas movie, and now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. S tier.
Ho.
100% ho. S tier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you on the Rewind Classic Movies Patreon page?
I found,
is that patreon.com/Rewind Classic Movies?
Rewind Classic Movies, where you can find all of the paywalled stuff that you can't get on
for $5 a month.
There you go. Doc JT. One of the, in my humble opinion, most perfect movies ever made.
You've just made up. He does not say, in my humble opinion.
In my opinion.
There you go. He did not say his opinion was humble. Anyway,
Well,
carry on. Read it out. Just fucking read it out.
I was, and you fucking interrupted me. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I mean, fuck me, you were a journalist once, weren't you? You made shit up all the time.
How very dare you.
Right, up there with Jaws, Predator and Jurassic Park.
Yes.
One of the greatest pure action films ever made, with one of the best characters ever in John Mclane. An amazing villain-hero dynamic between Mclane and Hans Gruber. Also an action film where the female/love interest is well acted, necessary to the plot, and is intelligent. Doesn't do anything a smart person like her, Holly, wouldn't do, which is exactly what we've just said, in fairness. That's brilliant. Christmas is integral to the plot, which is why it's a Christmas party, which is why the building is empty except for the high value hostages. So Hans sees it as the perfect time to rob it, and John Mclane is seeing his family for the holidays. It has themes of not being greedy, appreciating your family, and settling differences. John Mclane learns a lesson about forgiveness. They also go on to say, love the channel and can't wait for Fast Forward and the best Christmas movies.
Oh, we need to cut that out.
I know, right?
Can't put that in. Praise
Can't
redacted. No, we're too humble.
I'll take it.
I'm going to read some stuff from Cap because I don't know if you'll be able to read it because it was hidden, and it says the comment is hidden based on your comment filtering settings. So I don't know if Cat's used some fruity language.
I've got nothing. I can't see it. That's so funny. I can't see it.
But she says it's not Christmas
fucking
until Hans.
hell.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until fucking Hans falls off the fucking Nakatomi Plaza.
You
she says
slag.
so many great lines. There's loads of lines that Kat mentions. One including "Welcome to the party, pal."
Yes.
Yeah, Alan Rickman, every role he played was perfect, and this one is up there as one of my favourites. I love how he's sophisticated and calm in contrast to the other terrorists. Possibly one of the best villains ever. Yes, totally agree. Love how they made Al, your basic street cop, more intelligent and astute than those above him.
Yeah, totally.
This
Love
is
that.
S tier for so many more reasons than I have time to list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you got one from Simon?
Yeah. Simon says, unsurprisingly, I think Die Hard is a masterpiece. I assume you will have gone through all the reasons for its brilliance, so no need for me to bang on at length. I'll only say that it ticks every box and is one of the few films you can watch anytime, no matter how recently you saw it. Must be the easiest ranking yet on the show, with S tiers all round, I'm sure. Well, you're absolutely bang on the money there, Simon. Yeah, Christmas. Die Hard is and will always be a Christmas film, so there's that.
Yeah. Bryn says, a hyper-masculine hero, a bit more like us than Arnie or Sly, but still displaying more testosterone-fueled fortitude than any man has the right to have. A Brit playing the villain, the humour injected into all the death and destruction, explosive action sequences, the whole thing is the wonderful over-the-top quality that's pure 80s cinematic and TV gold. I love Bruce Allen, of course, but the rest of the cast are also so great. For my ranking, my head may say A, but my heart says S. And in this case, my heart wins.
Absolutely.
Bryn, you are correct.
Totally. Let your heart rule your head. Yeah.
So is that a unanimous sweeping S tier of love? I think it is.
It is. I mean, Doc JT hasn't actually ranked it, but
he does say one of the most perfect movies ever.
So it's obviously S.
It's got to be.
Yeah, totally. So
love that.
Yeah, no,
Love
across the board. Across the board. Well done.
Right. We'll be back next week with a fast forward that's going to be a little... You've written things on my notes again, and it's just... things I can't read because they're absolute filth and they're going to get us cancelled. So I'm trying now to decode what you've bloody written. Let me try. Right, we'll be back next week. We'll both be back next week with a fast forward, and it's going to be a little different for this one because as much as I'm dying to talk about Die Hard 2 or With a Vengeance, we've decided that because Die Hard is firmly a Christmas movie and it's that time of year, we're going to be ranking our favourite Christmas movies instead. And there might be a surprise or two in there, do you think? Maybe? I don't know what your list is.
I don't know what your list is. I've got a list.
We won't find out until we say it either.
We'll check it twice.
I'm hoping I've got a little left field choice in there.
I don't think
everyone's going to be like, well, that's obvious.
I think they're all going to be fucking obvious. I mean, mine are, I think, absolutely. It's just what I remember from my childhood, to be honest. And what we drag out every Christmas. It's just one of those. But we'll get to that in a bit.
We will. But what's the movie we'll be rewinding on the main show next? Well, this would normally be one of us picking a movie to surprise the other, but we've moved things around and it's going to be GoldenEye, which we've already recorded. Did you enjoy that episode?
I did very much, because I love GoldenEye.
We seemed to spend all day setting up and recording that episode. We did the rewind and the fast forward.
We did the rewind, we did the fast forward, we did the watch through.
That's right, yeah. That'll be coming exclusively to the Patreon. That's it, yeah. With a live hangout as well. So it was a good old day of podcasting stuff.
In a hotel room with a hangover.
And with a Patreon in the room as well.
Yeah.
Your bit.
Well, what I've done is I'm supposed to tell you what the film is, and I've written down my bit, and you've said it's GoldenEye, but I'm going to do my bit anyways if we don't know that it's GoldenEye, right?
Okay, so you get that creative outlet. Go on.
Pretend you don't know it's GoldenEye, and the next film we're going to look at is a film where the Cold War is over, the computers are beige with green text, and the most dangerous weapon is a lady with a Georgian accent. Timers are set for 6 minutes, and 4-player split screen on the N64. Slappers only, baby.
Yeah, that's good. That was good.
See?
Yeah. What a shame we ruined it.
I know. Well, you say we. I mean, you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please leave us a review, whether that's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts. Pocket Cast? Is that a thing? That's a new one. No. I don't know what that is. No, that's a new one.
I mean, it's my go-to podcast platform of choice.
Oh, right. I just use Spotify, I think. No, but mind you, I don't really listen to podcasts. But there you go. Or you can write it in a letter to his mum. Whatever, it all really helps. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Rewind Classic Movies. And if you want to drop us an email, it's rewindclassicmovies@gmail.com. Please do send us an email, because I'd like for that email address to actually be used other than correspondence with, I don't know, spammers.
Well, there is an email in that inbox as I'm trying to line up a potential guest, which I find very exciting. Can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. Is it your mum?
It's not my mum. Right, that's the show. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We'll see you next week.
Oh, Gareth.
Sorry about the mess. Say goodbye, AJ.
Goodbye. That was quite loud, wasn't it? I could hear myself bouncing back from your cans, I reckon. I'll do it a bit quieter. Ho, ho, ho.
Goodbye.
Dun, 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 dun.